Hello, welcome back to Akashic Magic. The 8th of August is also known as the Lion Gates portal. For many people, this is a very powerful, energetic gateway associated with abundance, expansion, confidence, and stepping into a new chapter of life. Whether you see it as an astrological event, a spiritual symbol, or a beautiful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, I believe it offers us a chance to pause and ask one important question. What kind of life do I truly want to create? When I speak about abundance, I'm not only talking about money. Abundance can be financial freedom, of course, but it can also be a fulfilling career, a loving relationship, better health, or a peaceful home. Can also be meaningful friendships or simply waking up every morning feeling happy to be alive. So abundance is different for each of us. And for me, abundance is living a life that feels aligned with who you truly are. A life where your outer reality reflects your inner truth. And today, I'd love to share with you one of my favorite manifestation practices inspired by Neville Goddard. It's called Living from the Wish Fulfilled. The idea is really simple. Instead of constantly thinking about what you want, instead of worrying about when it will happen, and instead of chasing your dreams, you begin to experience inside yourself the feeling that your desire is already part of your life. So there are two moments when this practice becomes especially powerful. Just before you fall asleep and just after you wake up. Because during these moments, your conscious mind is quieter, and many people find it much easier to connect with their subconscious through imagination and emotion. So what that practice suggests is that you choose one short scene. You don't imagine the whole story, with details, that's trying to control. Instead, you choose one moment that could happen only if your desire had already become your reality. So maybe you can see yourself celebrating your new job with a friend, or maybe you're receiving a message from a client saying thank you, giving you a lot of gratitude for what you have done for this client. Or maybe you're laughing with your partner. Maybe you're walking through your dream home and you see it through your own eyes. Or maybe your doctor tells you that your body is healthy again and you can feel, the relief, the joy, the peace inside your body, of getting that news. Keep the scene simple, keep it short and simple. Now replay that same moment again and again and see what you would see, hear what you would hear, and most importantly, feel what you would feel. Because you create your life through your feelings, that's how you connect to your subconscious mind. So the feelings are really, really important when you visualize your wish being fulfilled. You really want to add those feelings, as if it's happening right now. So you want to feel that gratitude, that relief, that sense of peace, that joy, that freedom, love, those emotions are the heart of this practice. Imagine that you already are that version of yourself, How would you walk? How would you stand up? You know, how would you speak? How would you make decisions? How would you show up in the world? You're no longer acting from fear or from lack, you know, being distant with what you want. You're beginning instead to think, feel, and choose from a different place. That's the secret. So one of the biggest shifts happens when you stop chasing. When we're constantly chasing something, I'm sure you've noticed that. You know, if um, if you really want something really badly, you know, uh, it it creates attachment, and you are in a feeling of neediness, of being needy. And what it does, it actually pushes that thing or that person away from you instead of being magnetic, sorry, and attracting it or her or him to you. So you really want to let go of resistance with what you want, you know, if it's a job, a relationship, or, you know, financial freedom, or, you know, something specific, a house, a collaboration with someone for a project, you know, you really want to let go. And the best way to let go is by doing this practice of feeling that you already have it. You're already in that end state of having your wish fulfilled. Because we're often reinforcing the feeling that we don't already have it when we're chasing something. So that this practice invites us to soften that feeling, to let go of resistance, and to welcome the reality we desire internally before we see it in the outside world. So as your inner world changes, you may notice, you know, new ideas coming to you. You may feel inspired to take different actions. You may notice opportunities that were already there, but that you couldn't see before, because you were so much in your head, in that neediness. Then when you're in that lower vibration, you actually can't see the right opportunities around you. So the experience is different for everyone. That's why I always encourage people to experiment for themselves. Don't simply listen, you know, to this video. Practice it every evening before you go to sleep, every morning when you wake up. Keep returning to the same scene for a few weeks. Observe what changes inside you. Notice your emotions, notice your thoughts, and notice your decisions that are totally different from before. This is something you can only truly understand through your own experience, okay? So become a really good actor or actress. Step into the emotions of the version of yourself who already lives the life you desire, because that's the essence of this practice. Not pretending, but allowing yourself to become familiar with a new way of being. Then it actually trains your nervous system to accept those new things, new relationships, you know, new ways of living in your life. It's really all about allowing and accepting. So for me, yeah, that's one of the deepest messages of the Lionsgate portal. It isn't just about wishing for more. It's about becoming the person who is ready to receive what life has to offer. And this is actually one of the practices that we explore inside my New Aligned Life program. Creating an aligned life doesn't happen only by setting goals. and clearing, the old patterns. It begins by changing your relationship with yourself, your beliefs, your emotions, the way you see your future, and the way you show up every single day. So inside a New Aligned Life mentorship program, I guide you through practical tools that help you reconnect with your intuition and release old patterns and create a life that feels deeply aligned with your soul and your values. So living from the wish fulfilled is one of those beautiful practices because it invites you to embody the person you're becoming instead of waiting for life to change first. So if you feel called to create a life with more clarity, more joy, more alignment, I'd love to support you on that journey. And you'll find all the information about New Aligned Life in the description below the video. And now I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What does abundance mean to you? And if you were already living your dream life today, how would you think? How would you feel? How would you live? What would you do differently today? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe to Akashic Magic, and share this video with someone who may need this message today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now, and enjoy this 8/8 Leo Lion portal. Bye-bye.